Welcome, little listeners, to tonight's bedtime story on our magical podcast, where dreams take flight and adventures are as big as your imagination. Did you ever think cleaning could be an adventure? Get ready to meet Peter, a kid who discovers something amazing through a very special pair of glasses. This is the Germ Warriors, a story about how the messiest kid in school becomes an unexpected superhero. Peter, dinner's ready. Don't forget to wash your hands. Mom's voice echoed up the stairs. Peter rolled his eyes as he put down his video game controller. Coming, he shouted back, dragging his feet toward the bathroom. His best friend Tommy followed behind. Why do grown-ups always make such a big deal about washing hands? Peter grumbled, quickly running his hands under the water for 2 seconds. Tommy shrugged, doing the same quick rinse. My mom says it's because of germs, but I've never seen a single germ in my life. Exactly, Peter agreed, wiping his barely wet hands on his shirt. I think adults made up germs just to make us do boring stuff, like how they invented the tooth fairy to make us brush our teeth. As they thundered down the stairs, they found a surprise visitor. Peter's Aunt Stella, standing in her white lab coat covered in colourful pins. My favourite nephew, she laughed, then raised an eyebrow at his wet shirt. Though I must say, as a microbiologist, I'm a bit concerned about those hands of yours. They're hosting quite a party right now for about 10 million bacteria. Dinner with Aunt Stella was never boring. She told fascinating stories about her laboratory experiments while unpacking mysterious packages. I brought something special for my favourite research assistant, she said, sliding a sleek black case across the table. Inside lay a pair of glasses that looked almost normal, except for a slight green tint in the lenses. These are very special glasses we've been developing at the lab, Aunt Stella explained. They help us track bacteria and viruses in real time. But remember, home use only, and what you see might be a bit surprising. That night, after Tommy went home, Peter tried on the glasses in his dark room. Hoo! His room came alive with tiny green dots, floating everywhere. His hands were practically glowing with green, squiggly things moving around. Under his bed, a forgotten sandwich was now a terrifying disco party of green blobs. His unwashed gym socks were like a giant germ city. Fascinated and slightly grossed out, Peter tried washing one hand properly. Warm water, lots of soap, and counting to 20. Through the glasses, he watched in amazement as the soap created a barrier, sweeping away the green dots. Okay, Aunt Stella, he whispered into the darkness. You win. They're real. Despite Aunt Stella's rule about not taking the glasses to school, Peter couldn't resist. He had to know what was happening in the cafeteria. The morning started normally, but through his secret glasses, Peter saw a different world. During assembly, Bobby sneezed without covering his mouth, sending a green cloud floating through the air. At the water fountain, germs transferred from one student's mouth to the spout. Lunch period was the real shock. Germs jumped from hand to hand as kids traded snacks. The cafeteria tables glowed like green battlefields. Dude, what's with you today? Tommy asked as Peter sat far from a particularly glowing spot. You're acting weird. Tommy, Peter whispered, remember how we thought germs weren't real? What if I told you I could prove they exist? Looking around at all of the germs floating and spreading, Peter felt overwhelmed but determined. Someone had to do something. Someone had to become a hero. That night, Peter had a nightmare about giant green monsters chasing his classmates. But instead of feeling scared, when he woke up, he felt inspired. Every superhero has an origin story, he whispered, grabbing his sketchbook. After several attempts, he designed the perfect costume: a shiny blue suit with a giant C on the chest, a flowing cape made from a modified towel, and a utility belt for soap and sanitizer. His mother was surprised but helped him create the costume. While they worked, Peter's little sister Sarah watched with big eyes. "Can I be a superhero too?" she asked. "Every superhero needs a sidekick," Peter grinned. "Want to be clean girl?" Together, they created their special hand-washing song. Tops and bottoms in between, 20 seconds gets hands clean. Scrub them well and rinse them too. That's what superheroes do. By bedtime, Captain Clean was ready for action, complete with a utility belt holding travel-sized soap, hand sanitizer, and cleaning wipes. Peter decided to start his superhero career at home. Sarah, he called at breakfast, already in costume, ready for our first mission. They turned cleaning into an adventure game. Picking up dirty clothes became rescuing trapped sock families. Making the bed was building a cloud castle. Even their dog buddy got involved, barking excitedly as they worked. Through his glasses, Peter could see their progress as the overwhelming green glow reduced to a manageable sparkle. Mom peeked in occasionally, amazed at the transformation of both the room and her son. "Mission accomplished," Peter high-fived Sarah. "After we wash our hands, of course." At school, Peter asked Miss Martinez if he could make posters for the bathroom. He created colourful comic-style instructions. Wanted: "Germ criminals, stop them with your secret weapon, soap," read the posters. When flu season hit the school, Peter's class was ready. His superhero-themed cleaning games had become part of their daily routine, and every student had a clean scorecard where they earned points for good hygiene habits. "I noticed that your class has the highest attendance rate in the school," Principal Chen said during a surprise visit. "What's your secret?" Miss Martinez smiled. "Actually, we have Peter to thank for that. He's turned hygiene into a class project." The real test came when Bobby arrived with a cold. Instead of moving away, Peter went into superhero mode. He shared his special pack of tissues and showed Bobby how to cough into his elbow. Through his glasses, Peter could see their good habits, creating an invisible shield against Bobby's germs. By the end of the week, Tommy announced proudly, "I haven't gotten sick once this year." At the school assembly, Peter demonstrated his cleaning games wearing his full Captain Clean costume. The best surprise came when Aunt Stella took the stage. As a microbiologist, I've been observing Peter's project with great interest. His creative approach has been so successful that our laboratory wants to start a Captain Clean program in other schools. Peter couldn't believe it. His aunt winked at him and added, "Sometimes the best scientific discoveries happen when we look at things through new eyes. Or should I say, through special glasses." By spring, the Captain Clean program was in 5 other schools, each with its own team of germ warriors. Peter found he needed his special glasses less and less. Good habits had become second nature. During his weekly video chat with Aunt Stella, he made a decision. "I don't think I need these glasses anymore. Maybe another kid could use them." Aunt Stella beamed with pride. "That's exactly what I was hoping you'd say. In fact, I have a student at another school who reminds me a lot of you." As Peter fell asleep that night, he thought about all the future germ warriors out there. His last thought before drifting off was that maybe, just maybe, being clean wasn't so boring after all. If you enjoyed tonight's tale, don't forget to share the story with your friends and subscribe to our magical podcast. As the story ends and the children close their eyes, they enter a world where anything is possible, and then they dreamed.